tied to the Old Testament significance. He's not talking about mysticism. What he is revealing is the mystery of God. God showing himself in a way that unless you search him, you will not find or really know him. And understanding this, then it puts many people in a quandary because it is sometimes very difficult to pick up a book like Revelation and read it and to know really what in the world is he talking about. Because it is tied to the historical significance of the movement that he made as he dealt with the major and the minor prophets. Understand they were the previous pulpiteers and prognosticators of the things that were to come. And when John got his revelation, what John did was a composite view of grabbing the history of what God told the prophets, bringing it right past Jesus in his time, bringing it into the church age and pointing it to the end time. So at the end that we realize that from Genesis to Revelation, at the end the believers yet win. This is what it's all about, to let you know that whatever you're going through, you don't have to have your head down or be despondent, because as long as you are in Christ, at the end you win. Come on, tell somebody, at the end you win. Yeah. And so you don't worry about the challenges that you kind of go through. You understand challenges and even troubles and sufferings are for an appointed time. And even though they are for appointed time, they're subject for a little while, and afterward you always will have an exceeding glory that's going to manifest itself. As if Paul's writing in Romans 8:18 makes a lot of sense, that the sufferings of this present time is not worthy to be compared with the glory. Somebody here, just talk to yourself. I say, I got a glory coming. I got glory. With the glory which shall be revealed in you. Now, if you can't get excited about your own self, then how can anybody else get excited about what's going to happen in your life? At some point, you ought to look at what you're going through and say, I know it's trouble right now, but what I know about God is that trouble don't last always. Jesus said in John 16:33 that in this world you have tribulation, but be of good cheer. Laugh at what you're going through, because I have overcome the world. And if you're in me, greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. And so sometimes you have to stop worrying about what people think about you and whether people accept you or whether people are in agreement with you. And you got to at least get in agreement with yourself, because until you get in agreement with yourself and who God says you are, you'll never be able to tap into who God really wants you to be. There's something great that God has on the horizon that's for you. Time to get excited about it and say, it's mine already. Somebody ought to just go ahead and make that declaration in the room and say, listen, blessing belongs to me. My God, goodness belongs to me. His wonderful nature is mine. The marvelous works of God belongs to me. The miracles belong to me. And if God's going to give anybody a blessing, going to give anybody a marvelous work, and going to do magnificent works in anybody, going to grant anybody a miracle, how could he bypass me who believe in him and let the world have it? My God, good things have to come my way. And I understand that means I got to wrestle my way through some things, but I understand that greater is he that's in me than he that is in the world. And so I'm going to make it anyhow. Somebody ought to testify and tell 3 people, I'm going to make it anyhow. Yeah. And so when you read the book of Revelation, one of the things for us to grab hold of is that this is a blessed book. The 3rd verse of the very first chapter says, blessed is he who readeth and those that hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things which are written therein, for time is at hand. It is very important that Revelations 1 and 3 tells you it's a blessing to read the book. Now, I don't want you to get so caught up in the doctrine of things to come that you forget how to deal with where you are right now. The danger of revelation in the hands of a novice is the attempt to understand the things that are coming without having a prevalent, ready understanding of how to deal with the things that are present. So many people get caught up in the symbolism, in the idea of numerology, in the symbolism of stars, of animals, animals and different things along that line and miss the importance of understanding that revelation is there to set you up so you might see what's coming and be attached to what Christ's will is for your life without losing yourself in the process and becoming unable to function in the present. Because you have a lot of people who go through and try to talk about the book of Revelation, but they're doing nothing in the body right now. And you got to understand, you live in now. Now faith is. Help me, just talk to somebody, just say it loud. Now faith is. Yeah, you have to prove your work and prove your faith right now. You have to operate in the right now, because that's how you be in a position where you can be blessed for the future. And so when we look at this book of Revelation, we see that the writer actually leads and talks to 7 churches. There are 7 churches that are listed there, and they are Ephesus. They are